The concept of using small wins to build momentum for success is a strategic approach rooted in psychological principles and practical methodologies. This idea, initially articulated by Carl Weick in his seminal 1984 paper Small Wins, emphasizes the importance of recognizing and celebrating minor achievements to foster motivation, engagement, and sustained progress. Small wins help break down complex and overwhelming tasks into manageable steps, creating a sense of accomplishment that propels individuals and teams forward. The psychological impact of small wins is profound. The progress principle, coined by Teresa Amabile and Stephen Kramer, highlights that even incremental progress can significantly enhance job satisfaction, engagement, and creativity. Celebrating small victories triggers the release of dopamine, fostering increased happiness, self-esteem, and a reinforced belief in one's capabilities. This approach aligns well with the growth mindset theory introduced by Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck, which posits that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. In practical terms, small wins are particularly vital in complex domains where challenges are multifaceted and unpredictable. By breaking down tasks into smaller, achievable goals, individuals and organizations can navigate complexities more effectively and build sustainable momentum. This strategy is often complemented by methodologies such as Kaizen, which emphasizes continuous improvement through collective effort and incremental changes. Recognizing and celebrating small wins within a team context boosts morale, fosters a supportive environment, and enhances overall productivity and innovation. However, the concept of small wins is not without its challenges. Oversimplification, paralysis in the face of complex problems, and the risk of complacency are significant limitations that need to be managed carefully. Effective implementation requires a balanced approach that combines short-term victories with long-term goals, ensuring that small wins contribute to meaningful and sustainable success. By leveraging the power of small wins, individuals and organizations can create a positive feedback loop that drives continuous improvement and long-term achievement. Implementation strategies. Implementing small wins to build momentum for success involves a strategic and structured approach. Set clear and achievable goals. It is essential to understand the significance of this practice in personal and professional development. When we identify areas for improvement, setting goals becomes a crucial step towards progress and success. Firstly, our goals should be specific. This means that they should be clearly defined and focused. Instead of setting a vague goal like improve my communication skills, we can make it more specific by stating, enhance my public speaking skills by attending a Toastmasters club and delivering at least 3 speeches in the next 3 months. By being specific, we have a clear target to work towards. Next, our goals should be measurable. This means that we should be able to track our progress and determine if we have achieved our desired outcome. For example, if our goal is to increase our sales, we can set a measurable target of achieving a 10% increase in sales revenue within a specific time frame. This allows us to stay accountable and motivated as we can see our progress. Achievability is another important aspect of setting goals. Our goals should be realistic and attainable. It is essential to consider our resources, capabilities, and current circumstances when setting goals. Setting unrealistic goals can lead to frustration and demotivation. By setting achievable goals, we can maintain a positive mindset and stay focused on our journey towards success. Relevance is another factor to consider when setting goals. Our goals should align with our overall objectives and values. They should contribute to our long-term vision and help us move closer to our desired outcome. When our goals are relevant, we are more likely to stay motivated and committed to achieving them. Lastly, our goals should be time-bound. Setting deadlines creates a sense of urgency and helps us prioritize our actions. By having a specific time frame in mind, we can break down our goals into smaller, manageable tasks and work towards them systematically. This helps us stay on track and ensures that we make progress consistently. Involve everyone. It is the belief that improvement is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey. It requires a shift in mindset, where everyone in the organization becomes actively engaged in identifying areas for improvement and implementing changes. This culture of involvement fosters a sense of ownership and accountability, as individuals feel empowered to take responsibility for their work and contribute to the overall success of the organization. When everyone is involved in the improvement process, it creates a sense of unity and collaboration. It breaks down hierarchical barriers and encourages open communication and idea sharing across all levels of the organization. This inclusive approach ensures that diverse perspectives are considered, leading to more comprehensive and innovative solutions. It also promotes a culture of learning and growth, where individuals are encouraged to continuously develop their skills and knowledge. Involving everyone also has a profound impact on employee engagement and motivation. When individuals feel valued and included, they are more likely to be committed to their work and go the extra mile to achieve excellence. This sense of involvement fosters a positive work environment, where individuals feel supported and encouraged to take risks and explore new ideas. As a result, organizations see increased productivity, improved quality, and enhanced customer satisfaction. Furthermore, involving everyone in the improvement process creates a shared sense of purpose and direction. It aligns individuals' efforts with the organization's goals and objectives, creating a strong sense of unity and commitment. When everyone is working towards a common vision, it creates a powerful synergy that propels the organization forward. To foster a culture of involvement, organizations need to provide the necessary tools, resources, and training to empower individuals. This includes creating platforms for idea sharing and collaboration, implementing feedback mechanisms, and recognizing and rewarding individuals' contributions. It also requires leaders to lead by example, demonstrating their commitment to involving everyone and actively seeking input and feedback. Implement changes and monitor progress. Implementing changes and monitoring progress is a crucial step in the improvement process. Once the improvement suggestions have been carefully assessed and the best ones identified, it is time to take action and implement the changes. This is where the real transformation begins. Implementing changes requires a well-thought-out action plan. The action plan lays out the specific initiatives that need to be executed to bring about the desired improvements. It provides a roadmap for the implementation process, ensuring that everyone involved is on the same page and working towards a common goal. Taking immediate steps to execute the improvement initiatives is essential. It shows a commitment to change and sets the wheels in motion. It is important to allocate resources and assign responsibilities to the appropriate individuals or teams. Clear communication and collaboration are key to ensure that everyone understands their role and is aligned with the overall objectives. Monitoring the implementation progress is crucial to ensure that the changes are being implemented effectively. This involves regularly tracking and evaluating the progress of each initiative. It is important to measure key performance indicators, KPIs, to gauge the impact of the improvements. These KPIs could include metrics such as cost reduction, increased productivity, customer satisfaction, or any other relevant measures of success. Collecting data on how the improvements impact value stream processes is also important. This data provides valuable insights into the effectiveness of the changes and helps identify any areas that may need further refinement. It allows for continuous improvement and ensures that the organization is constantly striving for excellence. Implementing changes and monitoring progress is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process that requires dedication, perseverance, and adaptability. It is important to regularly review and reassess the action plan, making adjustments as necessary. This ensures that the organization is continuously evolving and staying ahead of the competition. Address challenges and resistance. Addressing challenges and resistance is an essential part of any implementation process. It is only natural for people to feel hesitant or resistant when faced with change. However, by proactively addressing these challenges, organizations can pave the way for successful implementation and ensure that employees are on board with the new initiatives. One effective approach to addressing challenges and resistance is by providing clear explanations. When people understand the reasons behind the change and how it will benefit them and the organization as a whole, they are more likely to embrace it. Take the time to communicate the objectives, goals, and expected outcomes of the program. This will help alleviate any concerns or doubts that employees may have. In addition to clear explanations, it is crucial to address specific concerns that individuals may have. Take the time to listen to employees' feedback and address their questions and worries. By doing so, you can show that their opinions are valued and that their concerns are being taken seriously. This open and transparent communication can go a long way in gaining employee buy-in and support. It is important to remember that addressing challenges and resistance is an ongoing process. Change takes time, and it is normal for people to have ups and downs throughout the implementation phase. Continuously monitor and assess the progress of the program, and be open to making adjustments as needed. By staying proactive and responsive, you can ensure that any challenges or resistance are addressed promptly and effectively. Frequent recognition and celebration. Frequent recognition and celebration are crucial elements in maintaining high morale and fostering a positive atmosphere within any organization. By acknowledging and celebrating small wins on a regular basis, teams can experience a continuous sense of accomplishment and motivation. Small wins can be recognized and celebrated daily or weekly, providing team members with a sense of validation and encouragement. Whether it's acknowledging an individual's successful completion of a project deadline or their ability to resolve a challenging customer issue, these small victories should not go unnoticed. By publicly recognizing these achievements, leaders can inspire others to strive for excellence and create a culture of appreciation. In addition to celebrating small wins, it is equally important to commemorate significant milestones and achievements. When a team successfully completes a major project or reaches a company-wide target, it is an opportunity to reflect on the collective efforts and celebrate the shared success. This not only boosts morale but also reinforces a culture of recognition and motivation. Celebrations can take various forms, depending on the nature of the accomplishment and the preferences of the team. It could be a simple gathering where team members come together to share their experiences and express gratitude for each other's contributions. Alternatively, it could be a more elaborate event, such as an awards ceremony or a team outing, which provides an opportunity for team members to celebrate their achievements in a fun and memorable way. Recognizing and celebrating achievements not only boosts morale, but also has a profound impact on individual motivation. When individuals feel valued and appreciated for their efforts, they are more likely to be engaged and committed to their work. This, in turn, leads to increased productivity and overall organizational success. Leaders and managers play a critical role in fostering a culture of recognition and celebration. By actively seeking out opportunities to acknowledge and appreciate the efforts of their team members, they can create an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated. This can be done through regular team meetings, where achievements are highlighted and celebrated, or through personalized messages of appreciation and recognition. Monitor and adjust. After the initial implementation of a project or plan, it is of utmost importance to closely monitor the outcomes and collect feedback from various stakeholders. This step is crucial in order to gauge the effectiveness of the implemented strategies and identify any areas that may require adjustments. Monitoring the progress allows us to track the results and measure the impact of our efforts. It provides us with valuable insights into whether the desired goals and objectives are being achieved. By regularly assessing the outcomes, we can identify any deviations from the expected outcomes and take prompt action to address them. Feedback from stakeholders, including employees, customers, and partners, is a valuable source of information for making necessary adjustments. Their perspectives and experiences can shed light on areas that may need improvement or modification. By actively seeking and listening to their feedback, we can gain a deeper understanding of how our strategies are being received and make informed decisions about any necessary changes. The cycle of implementation, monitoring, and adjusting should be continuous. This means that the process does not end with the initial implementation but rather becomes an ongoing practice. It is important to recognize that the external environment is constantly changing, and our strategies need to adapt accordingly. By continuously monitoring and adjusting, we can ensure that our improvement efforts remain aligned with the ever-evolving organizational goals and effectively contribute to overall success. Continual assessment and adjustment are key to maintaining momentum and progress. They help to identify and capitalize on opportunities for improvement, as well as mitigate risks and challenges. By regularly reviewing and analyzing the outcomes, we can identify patterns, trends, and areas of improvement that may have been overlooked initially. This iterative approach allows us to fine-tune our strategies and optimize their impact. Apply the Plan-Do-Check-Act (PDCA) cycle. The Plan-Do-Check-Act (PDCA) cycle is a powerful tool that can be applied to drive continuous improvement and guide the implementation of Kaizen projects. By following this cycle, organizations can ensure that their improvement efforts are systematic, sustainable, and effective in achieving long-term success. The first step in the PDCA cycle is planning. This involves identifying the areas that need improvement, setting clear goals, and developing a detailed plan of action. During this phase, it is important to involve key stakeholders and gather their input to ensure that the plan is comprehensive and aligned with the organization's objectives. Once the plan is in place, it is time to move on to the second step, which is doing. This is where the actual implementation of the improvement plan takes place. It is crucial to allocate the necessary resources, provide training and support to employees, and closely monitor the progress to ensure that the plan is executed effectively. After the implementation phase, it is important to evaluate the results and check whether the desired improvements have been achieved. This is the third step in the PDCA cycle, known as the check phase. During this phase, key performance indicators and metrics are used to measure the outcomes and compare them with the initial goals. This evaluation helps in identifying any gaps or areas that need further improvement. The final step in the PDCA cycle is acting upon the findings from the check phase. This is the act phase, where adjustments and refinements are made based on the evaluation results. If the desired outcomes have been achieved, the focus shifts towards sustaining the gains and ensuring that the improvements become part of the organization's standard operating procedures. If there are any gaps or areas that still need improvement, action plans are developed to address them. Applying the PDCA cycle ensures that improvement efforts are not haphazard or short-lived. It provides a structured approach to continuous improvement, allowing organizations to leverage small wins and build momentum for success. By following this cycle, organizations foster a culture of continuous improvement, where employees are encouraged to seek out opportunities for growth and development. Moreover, the PDCA cycle promotes organizational growth by enabling organizations to learn from their experiences and make data-driven decisions. It encourages a proactive approach to problem-solving and empowers employees to take ownership of their work and contribute to the overall success of the organization. Using small wins to build habits. Small wins are not only powerful for achieving larger goals, but they can also be instrumental in establishing healthy habits. Forming a habit necessitates the repeated repeating of a behavior or activity over time. You may build a roadmap for establishing a new habit by breaking down your broader aim into little stages. Here's how small wins can help establish healthy habits. Make it manageable. By focusing on a small win, you make it more manageable and achievable. This can help you build momentum toward your larger goal and establish a habit over time. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon, you can start by running for just 10 minutes a day. This small win will help you establish a running habit over time. Create a positive feedback loop. A tiny gain triggers a positive feedback loop, reinforcing the behavior and making it simpler to repeat in the future. This might help you form a habit over time. If you aim to eat healthier, for example, you might begin by replacing one bad snack with a healthier alternative each day. Every time you make this minor modification, you establish a positive feedback loop that reinforces the habit and makes it simpler to repeat in the future. Build confidence. A minor triumph may help boost confidence and self-efficacy, both of which are essential components of forming a new habit. When you score a minor victory, you demonstrate to yourself that you are capable of effecting positive change. This might help you gain confidence in your capacity to form a new habit over time. Create a sense of accomplishment. Achieving a small win creates a sense of accomplishment and pride. This might drive you to continue working toward your bigger goal and, over time, build a new habit. For example, if your objective is to meditate every day, you can begin by meditating for 1 minute every day. Every time you meditate, you feel a feeling of success, which drives you to keep meditating and develop a daily meditation habit. Here are some examples of using small wins to build healthy habits. Exercise. If your goal is to exercise regularly, you can start by committing to just 10 minutes of exercise a day. This small win will help you establish an exercise habit over time. Healthy eating. If your goal is to eat healthier, you can start by replacing one unhealthy snack with a healthier option each day. This small win will help you establish a healthy eating habits over time. Sleep. If your goal is to improve your sleep, you can start by setting a consistent bedtime each night. This small win will help you establish a healthy sleep habit over time. Mindfulness. If your goal is to practice mindfulness, you can start by meditating for just 1 minute a day. This small win will help you establish a mindfulness habit over time. Challenges and limitations. The concept of small wins is not without its challenges and limitations. While deliberate cultivation of small wins can infuse situations with specific meaning, reinforce perceptions of control, and produce manageable incentives for skill expansion, there are fundamental issues to consider. Paralysis and inaction. One significant challenge is the tendency for individuals to become paralyzed when faced with large, complex problems. The massive scale of social issues often precludes innovative action because they exceed the limits of bounded rationality, raising stress and frustration to dysfunctionally high levels. This paralysis can prevent people from even attempting to solve the problem, leading to inaction and helplessness. Oversimplification. Another challenge is the risk of oversimplification. In an effort to make large, complex problems more manageable, there is a tendency to ignore their inherent complexities, leading to solutions that may not address the root causes of the issues. This approach can result in temporary or superficial fixes rather than sustainable, long-term improvements. Oversimplification can lead to a bias for exploit rather than explore strategies, hindering innovation and potentially causing more harm than good. Interdependent problems. Large problems are often interdependent, meaning they are connected in ways that affect each other. Disconnecting parts of a problem to make it more manageable can sometimes lead to further complications or the creation of new issues. This interdependence can make it challenging to isolate and address specific components of a problem without considering the broader system in which they exist. Limiting generalizations from failure. In complex domains with uncertain outcomes, it's crucial to stay in the game and continue efforts despite failures. However, disconfirmation often leads to skepticism and inaction, which can be detrimental to long-term success. The key to managing failures is to compartmentalize them, reducing the importance of any single win and localizing the disconfirmation of expectations. This approach helps minimize the psychological impact of failures and encourages continued efforts towards achieving small wins. Stress and performance. Stress is another critical factor to consider. While a certain level of stress is essential for peak performance, excessive stress can lead to shutdown and reduced effectiveness. The Yerkes-Dodson law illustrates that there is an optimal level of stress that aids performance. Too little or too much stress can be counterproductive. In organizational setups, this often leads to oversimplification and ineffective strategies. Avoiding complacency. In the context of continuous improvement (Kaizen), it's essential to challenge existing practices and defy the status quo to avoid complacency. This involves questioning current methods and being open to change, fostering a culture of critical thinking and innovation. However, this approach requires a willingness to take risks and embrace uncertainty, which can be challenging for organizations accustomed to stability and predictability.